با عرض سلام و عرض ادب خدمت همه شما دوستان فرهنگ و هنر. امروز در یک برنامه ویژه در موزه بلویو شرکت کردم که دوست داشتم با شما به اشتراک بذارم. این برنامه یک برنامه ویژه‌ای بود برای معرفی یک دوره 9 ماهه برای راهنمای موزه هست که متخصصان در این رابطه صحبت‌هایی کردند و همچنین دوره رو معرفی کردند که دوست دارم با شما به اشتراک بذارم. Bellevue Art Museum. We're coming here to this event.
We have a luncheon and it's graduation. It's divided into trimesters of 8-week sessions. Our sessions are currently held on Mondays, either from 10 to 1 or 1 to 4. We know that folks travel and have family plans and things come up, so we're flexible. Tuition for the program is $250 and we have limited financial aid available. A team of 5 docents, of which I'm a part, lead the training, but we're augmented by great guest speakers and fellow docents who come and share special expertise. So if you're in the program, you just get exposed to a whole lot of people. Our goal in our program is to provide all provisionals with a toolkit of background information, touring ideas and techniques, and provide opportunities to practice and develop your own style of docenting.
So when they asked me to do this, I thought, the first thing I'm going to do is answer the question that my friends are always asking me. Like, what do they teach you in docent class? And my friends have this idea, like they sit like in some dark room looking at paintings, or poring over art books or something. I don't know. And so what you're taught in this class is short form, interactive public speaking. And in a nutshell, that's what you're taught in this class, okay? With art, design, and craft as the content. But that's what you're taught in this class, okay? And the curriculum is very thoughtful. It's clearly they spend a lot of time thinking about how to present the information. I've done a lot of training. I've also taken a lot of training. They've really broken down and assembled everything so that they give you the nuts and bolts of how to manage a crowd. What are galleries like? Things to watch out for. This sort of thing. Strategies for engaging people, questions to ask, ways to direct people's attention, and all presented to you in a very interactive way. And what I've been particularly impressed with is that this works so well with so many different styles.
Time. That's a big time commitment. We're asking you to come every week for 9 months to train, and then after that, we're asking you to sign up to, give tours in the gallery. As an unpaid voluntary position, it's a big ask. The other thing that I was really unsure about was, do I really belong in this program? Do I fit in? If I don't fit in, will they make a place for me? I wasn't sure about that. So those were the two things that I was most hesitant about, the time commitment and the fit. But at the same time, I had a personal goal. I think like a lot of us, we had time during the pandemic to read the news, to read the headlines, and I personally concluded that I needed to do something in my community. I wanted to engage with the folks in the community, but I also wanted to represent my community too. And I thought that this...
I love art. Do you guys all love art? Maybe you're an artist and you make art, or you like visiting museums? Yeah? Okay. Well, me too. Before I became a docent, I go to the museum and I see something, a beautiful painting, and I'm really excited about it. And I want to talk to people about it. And then I turn around, there's my husband. It's like I might as well not have a conversation because it's just not going to happen. I remember when I was first became a docent in training, and there was this one time there was a workshop in the galleries, and there was a group of docents, and they were so absorbed and focused on talking about a piece of art. And I just look at them and I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's what I was missing. That's what I want. And so I find that to be very valuable, is to just be surrounded by like-minded people who are also passionate about art. And then another thing, of course, as many people have mentioned, is that you learn so much from the program. For one, there's the communication skills and public speaking skills. I know maybe Long and Eric and Sheila, they seem like natural public speakers, not me. I've always wanted to be better at communication. I wanted to be comfortable speaking in front of a large group of people. And I thought, well, so when I learned that the class not only teach you about art history, the exhibitions, they also teach you about public speaking, I was sold. I mean, I didn't even have to think twice about signing up. And so there's so much of that, you know, in teaching you about how to structure a tour, how to organize a tour, and how do you interact with people from different professions, backgrounds, people of different age groups. Right? And another thing, of course, in talking about art is you learn so many things. You learn about the art, the artist's backgrounds, the process, the material, and then you know, we do a lot of research and just all kinds of stuff, history, things that you don't think that you know. For example, there's a show in the second floor right now. Is the President Watley Abstract Truth, and there's a piece called Code Switcher. I have never come across that term before. I didn't know what it meant. Then of course with that piece, then now I know what it means because I did the research and the docents talk about it too. If you don't know what code switcher means and you're curious, wait till you go to the tour and you'll find out. Yeah. So another valuable thing that I find is, of course, being in the docent group. Okay. The slideshow was up earlier. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see, but other than interacting with visitors and giving tours, there's so many things that we do as a group. We have our monthly meetings. I think Sheila talked about this too. So we have our monthly meetings, we have several committees, and we do different activities. You know, in art travel, we go to different museums, we visit artist galleries, studios, we have a book club, we do art activities, we have luncheons. Yeah, and then we just spend a lot of time together. So, and the nicest thing about that is you make friends, lifelong friends. Okay, and the docents are so welcoming, even though, so I started my docent journey in 2017. And back then I was still working full-time, having my own dental office. I'm a dentist. And I actually learned about the program from one of my patients. And when she told me about the program, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna do it.
Let's arrange better. Wow.
Go take a look. There's so much to see here. You might as well now, because there's no way else to.
Wow, it's fantastic. Really, really nice.
Stella, where do you want to start? Let's start with okay.
Anybody have one word to give you?
It's like explosion.
Explosion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Violent.
Violet, not good, huh? Not good?
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's a puzzle as well.
Tornado. Oh my gosh, yeah. Tornado. You know, that's what's going on in the news. Huh?
How long did it take them to install
A couple weeks. Yeah. So, you know what's going on in the news, don't you? Yeah. Tornadoes in Mississippi, and then there's, last year, it was, hurricanes, South Florida. And then there's California too. So it's pretty prevalent what's going on, you know, with climate change. The artist he wants us to think about climate change.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But you're saying that it will.
There was also a more management of these things.
He might put this.
Look at our people.
That's right.
More in a project where he could see it out of his windows. So I don't know if that.
His name is Drew and he was American born.
It's a beautiful name. Court of Water.
This artist wants to give voice to Black women, and she's a student of history. And one of the books that she actually looks to is Uncle Tom's Cabin. Has anyone read that book? You have?
My husband has named, family name, Beecher Stowe.
Oh, Beecher, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's an anti-slavery novel. It was published in 1853, which
Tell me your impressions. What do you see? Or what do you think? Anything.
Very literal here.
I know. Well, this is by Kiki Smith.
Can I say what I thought?
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't say she thought the same thing. It looks to me like Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh, yeah.
Cross-eyed Queen. You know, when I was home, I've already told you I only seen the show once. When I was home looking online, this is a 360-degree photo of her face, and then created blue. I see it as a world map or a giant ocean or some of these things, but until I was looking at it at home, how many pictures of her are in here? 3.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I didn't
No,
see it till at home.
that was a question mark. 3 are in here?
Here's her face. Here's
There was
her
a shoulders.
Here's her profile.
Oh.
Because even I didn't understand the 360-degree photo that was described to us when they were walking through. You know, when you walk through, you get an hour and a half of very learned people telling you stuff, and you take down some notes maybe, and you try to like figure out what they're talking about. And as with many pieces of art, you have to look. And then you look again. Usually when I'm giving a tour, I recommend to people, they look at the art, and then they look at the label if they want to, and then they look at the art again. So you learn something, first you get your impression, then you get what someone else thought about it, or the artist is describing. But I didn't see the profiles. And
Actually, that was the first thing I saw.
say,
So when I walked there, I saw the profile, but I didn't see the front
Oh, that's
until
so
I got to this
interesting.
position. Then I was like, oh my God, it's the front of her face.
It's so interesting, and I don't know, she's so big in it. I like the idea that a big person can be so interesting. So,
I kind of took it negatively rather than positive.
oh, you do, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me
so,
why.
2 aspects.
Yeah.
One, daily stress, like because her skin in the middle looks looks
Oh.
cold. Like it could be a person that is very stressed about her life, her facial expression. Because
One piece is the My Blue Lake. So it is.
These 2 pieces get mentioned so often.
Which 2?
These 2.
Work with Joe Patterson.
If you're ready, guys, because then you can go on your own after. We have to hurry? Okay.
Joe Patterson was raised in the Colville Reservation, and he left the reservation and came to work at Evergreen College, not too far from here. And he was an art instructor for years and years. And then he came back, he retired, and he came back to retrain. What he came across was these high voltage, you see high voltage. Then he also borrowed from his blankets, his baskets. What else did he?
Various creative crafts.
Yeah, so he's got his geometric.
And some of this you'll see when you come closer to texture.
What I think is interesting, what catches my eye is when you walk across the elements change, the whole picture, image changes. I don't see it happening here, but when you have time, walk past, and you'll see he has layered, it's a print, he's layered, a model print, and he's made layers over layers. And the layers have made it a more dimensional looking.
Could you show the high resolution of this if you've not seen it work before? It looks false and real at the same time. Now, how is her dress? She is dressed the same way in every picture. She has these are the seasons, summer, fall, winter, spring. And so she has taken herself and put herself in a false environment in the same outfit each time, and how shall I put this? It's the commodification of native culture in this country.
نقاشی کشیدن چقدر اینا قدر میدونن. Everybody is an important part of our community. Imagination Station. طبقه همکف Daydreaming. بسیار بسیار سپاسگزارم از اینکه این ویدیو رو تماشا کردین. امیدوارم که شما هم مثل من لذت برده باشین. من 2 از آثاری که به نظرم خیلی جالب اومدن و عکسشون رو هم اینجا میذارم. مسلما دونه آثار رو میتونین خودتون برین نزدیک ببینین و لذت ببرین و امیدوارم که این توضیحاتی که این راهنمایان تور در اختیار ما گذاشتن هم برای شما جذاب بوده باشه. لطفاً اگه به این گونه ویدیو علاقه دارین حتما کانال رو سابسکرایب کنین، ویدیو لایک کنین و نظراتتون رو برای من کامنت بذارین. شما با سابسکرایب این کانال کمک میکنین تا افراد بیشتری با فرهنگ و هنر آشنا بشن، همچنین فرهنگ و هنر ایرانی هم بیشتر توسعه پیدا کنه. من در ادامه در ایونت هایی که شرکت میکنم حتما گزارش هام رو دوست دارم با شما به اشتراک بذارم. خدا نگهدار.